Hi, I'm Kevin Guidi, golf fitness professional with Fuel. This next video I'd like to discuss developing your core. Now, we've all heard of the term core and most people think of just your abs. Well, your core is really defined as your lumbar spine, your pelvis, and the hip complex area. So when we're trying to develop this area, it's not as simple as just doing sit-ups. There are other things that we want to do. So if you think of your golf swing, the king and the queen of your golf swing, as Titleist defines them, are the glutes and the abs. The glutes being the king, the abs being the queen. And if you don't have a strong core and these muscles aren't strong, then your transfer of energy through your golf swing is not going to be very efficient from your lower body to your upper body. So we want to make sure we have a good connection there. So I'm going to go through 4 exercises that will get you started on working your core. The first exercise, you're going to lay down on the ground, and this is called a dead bug. So I'm going to have you put one arm overhead, the opposite leg extended, and we're trying to maintain the connection between our lower back and the floor, not having excessive arch in the lumbar spine. And we're simply going to exhale and bring the opposite arm and leg together. You would repeat this 12 to 15 times and then switch and do the other side. Always make sure you're exhaling when you're exerting. The next exercise, I'm going to have you bring your arms out to the side a bit more and bring your knees up to 90 degrees, and we're going to do a knee drop from one side to the other. This helps work some mobility through your rotation and helps train your obliques. 12 to 15 repetitions per side. The third exercise is a plank. And a plank is an exercise that you'll see a lot of people do wrong because they let their lower back drop toward the floor too much. So it's really important to keep your back healthy and not to anger it, to make sure that we flatten that lower back without lifting the hips. Now, if this plank position, the typical plank position you'll see, is too intense, we can start off a little simpler and go down onto your knees, trying to be straight from the knee to the hip to the shoulder. If you can't handle the intensity, this is going to challenge you more and work your core more. We're going to try to hold that for about 30 seconds. And finally, a side plank. And a side plank, we'll start off with kind of the easier version. We're going to try to have a nice straight line between the knee, the hip, and the shoulder as we lift off the floor, making sure to keep our elbow under our shoulder so it doesn't overly stress the shoulder. And again, holding for about 30 seconds. Make sure you repeat on the other side. Those are your core tips for the day. See you next video.